Hi everybody, it's Sandra again. I was so excited to see on CNN how with the COVID-19 patients, what they're doing when they're very desperate before they put them on the respirator is to turn them over onto their stomach and their oxygen levels go up. I was excited to see this because most of our breathing muscles, our muscles of respiration, are on the back of our body. We've got the muscles between our ribs, and then on the back, we've got at least 6 different layers of them. So I was excited that they turned them over on their stomachs, and this increased their oxygen levels. I've been teaching the back breath for years, getting people using their back breathing muscles because it instantly calms us. We get way more energy. In yoga, they call it prana in our bodies. The way I discovered back breathing was, close to 30 years ago. I was teaching my very first yoga retreat up in Paradise Valley in Squamish, BC, and we was about 26 or 27 students, and I got really nervous. And I wanted to hang out with everybody at lunch and just be with them and have fun. And I couldn't because I was teaching the class and then interacting with them. And I didn't really know what to do to calm myself. I didn't know about back breathing, but I don't know, just something happened and I just began widening my back. I think I was trying to center myself. It was at lunch. We were all at the lunch table. Everyone was yattering and talking, and I was the teacher. And I just started widening my back. I widened my back, just widened it. I just kind of stand up a bit so you can see. I just started widening it in the back. I would just take the back ribs and widen it and then let go. I knew nothing about these back breathing muscles. I just widened and let go. And I widened my back. I can already feel myself coming into my body and calming down. And I'm just sort of stretching the muscles of the back and widening them and letting go. And widening them because we're like a box. We have a front, we have a back, and then we have sides, just like a box. And I just started widening. I started getting calmer and calmer. So the whole weekend I did this. I widened my back just kind of isometrically and let go. And by the end of the retreat, I had energy, I was calm, I was centered. I'd been teaching, I was interacting with the students. I thought, wow, this is wonderful. So I began teaching it to the students, and then I realized, oh, we're breathing into our backs because we would widen and then the breath would follow it. So, but in the beginning, when you're learning how to back breathe, don't think of the breath. Just think of widening your back ribs and letting go. They might not widen very much because you're not used to doing this. And those little muscles, there's 2 layers of them going up and down your spine, and then another layer in the top and a layer in the bottom on the back. And when you stretch your back ribs isometrically, you just stretch, which I'm doing now, the breath will follow it. But in the beginning, you have to get it working. You have to get it unstuck and get it working and get those bones to open, because as you do this at the spine, it starts to lever your spine a little bit, so you go up. So what I did with the students, and I'll just show you that our middle can really let go. Like you can see that even though I'm quite thin, at least people tell me I am, and that I have quite a wide middle because I'm used to it, and I'm used to widening my back and widening my middle. But if I go like this and I pull here, my middle is very tiny. You can see I have a very tiny middle. But now, here's my middle. It's quite tiny right now. but if I, see here it's tiny, but if I widen it, I go boom, 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 boom. See how wide it goes? For me, it goes quite wide. See how wide it is now? And then I go and just let it go. And I'm just trying to figure this out. And then it goes very little, trying to figure it out so you can see it. It goes very little. Now some little people like me, sort of skinny people like me, have wide middles. And some really big people have really narrow middles. Because see, mine opens and closes. It opens and closes. That's what you want. You want that diaphragm to be free. You want it to be able to open and close. And I'm doing it from the back. I'm not doing it from the front. My back is going wide. Nothing in my front is lifting. My shoulders aren't lifting. Shoulders don't lift. Your whole back widens. Your tummy doesn't lift. It widens because the diaphragm now has room to drop. The diaphragm is round and it drops round. It just drops because we give it the room to drop. So you want to get really good at this, and you can calm yourself instantly with the back breath. You just widen your back ribs and let go, and the breath will follow you. So you can use the band to help you in the beginning. Sometimes we just go over like this and go to get really little, because some little people are they can't get their middle to go little, and then to widen it, and the breath will follow, it'll follow, and you want to get those muscles working so that you can, when you inhale, and that's really what pranayama is. Pranayama is when you use all of your breathing muscles, because see, I'm doing it even as I talk to you. I'm just widening those back breathing muscles, getting the breath all the way up into my upper lobes of my lungs here, into the middle, into the sides, and into the back. And the tummy spreads. It doesn't pop out. It spreads, widens like that. And then the prana flows through you. I can feel the prana flowing through me now. Prana just flows through you. And when the prana is in your body, your conscious thinking mind goes quiet. I call it the conscious rascal mind. It goes quiet. And the prana feeds your body and you feel good. When the prana is not in your body and we're kind of uptight a little bit, it feeds your rascal conscious mind. So if that's happening right away, just widen your back ribs and let go. If you start doing this and you're not used to it, even yoga people have been practicing for a long time. I don't know, they're used to spreading their bellies and doing these other things, and I get them into the back breath. Their back can start to hurt a little bit because those muscles are now pulling on your spine, and they're making it lever a little bit so that it can open for the diaphragm to drop. It's the diaphragm that it just drops, and there's lots of room for it to drop. And that makes you centered in your body, gets the prana flowing through you, and you can do it any time of the day. And the big thing about it is that it works instantly. Instantly you start doing this, you start to become calm. It's back breathing. Back breathing. Breathing with those muscles on the back of our body. If you want to see them, I've put a link and in the newsletter part at the bottom. Thank you for listening. I love you. Bye-bye.